Hello, this is Matt, and don't you just want to be right? I just want to be right. I want to know what I've been doing has been the right choice, right? It's as simple as that. So 5 years ago, my first son was born, and I said, I'm going to do something right. Every month, I'm going to give him $1. That's going to be his allowance, but I was going to divide it, like Jim Rohn said, he was going to get 70 cents to spend, 10 cents for charity, 10 cents for active business, as in go invest in something, and 10 cents for savings. And I was going to pay him interest. So again, 70 cents spending money, 10 cents for charity, 10 cents for active business investment, and 10 cents for savings. And I started doing it. Every month I would put 70, 10, 10, 10, 70, 10, 10, 10. And then I started getting lazy and I started paying them out for the whole year, right? It's just something that was supposed to be fun and a good way for me to teach my son how to invest and save money. But then I ended up having 3 kids, so I was managing 3 piggy banks. And I said, forget it. So now basically I just pay each of them $5 a month. And instead of putting the actual coins in here, I maintain a log. So does that sound crazy? Is this the right thing to do? Keeps a track record of the gift so we don't just waste it, but also we're building a little bit of wealth for each child. And this is small, right? But it adds up over time. And again, it's a way for me to have fun and build something for my kids. Now, anytime they receive $5 for a birthday or $20 or $50, I just mark it down and I keep a running total of how much they have. I keep the paper money and I mark it down basically like a bank sheet. And what I've decided to do is to pay my kids in copper cents and nickels, right? So anything they receive, the $5 a month also, I pay them in coins, but select coins, cents and nickels. And I'll show you what their bank looks like. And what I joked was the money will be so heavy that they won't be able to go blow it on wasteful things. So they're either going to get really strong by toting around, 50 pounds of copper, or they will at least say it's not worth it. I'm not going to turn that to paper so I can go buy a plastic toy. I'd rather keep my metal, right? Is that a good way to do it? Again, I'll keep the metal because it takes too much effort to turn to paper in order to go buy plastic Paw Patrol junk, right? That's the thought. So was I doing the right thing? 5 years later, was I doing the right thing? The other choice was whether to put that money towards copper, as in cents and nickels, or should I just be buying silver with the money? That's a tough decision. What would you give a child when they turn 10 years old? Do you want them to have a stack of silver or a mountain of cents? So that was my choice. I said I'd rather have them have cents because I think copper is going to go up in price. Cents could be discontinued, and they'll have a hoard of something fun to play with, to go through, and build books of their own with. So that was my choice. I don't know if it was the right choice. If silver takes off like a rocket, obviously I wish I wouldn't have so much money in nickels. But if silver does its thing, copper does its thing, everything was a good choice. All right, let's go on to see the bank. $100 in nickels. And I have sorted through these, and I only keep the good nickels, and I've sorted by year. So these are all 70s, 80s, and 90s. I keep the better condition nickels. Same with cents. These are all coppers. So you see 70 or 81, 76, 76. So I've sorted, and 75, so that if they ever want to build their own books, it's kind of fun. Here's some random silver. Anytime I get random stuff, I put it in here and I put a value on this. So this was 4 Canadian silver dollars, and whatever the current price was at that time, I put it against their book. Let's see what else is in here. There's a lot of special things. Again, normally one-offs, This is that constitutional silver. These are all 40% Kennedys. Looks like these are sterling. These are beautiful. Sterling rounds. And then there's some year sets. So it's kind of fun, right? It's just a way for me. I gave each of my sons one of the commemorative Washington $50. Kind of special. I think this is cool. So bottom line, I'm going to keep building and putting coinage into these. And then by the end of it, they're going to have a pretty awesome coin collection. All right, now you've seen the collection, the hoard. The massive treasure that each of my sons have now. Is it special? I think so. I love cents and nickels. I think they will be discontinued. I think that a normal Jefferson nickel will eventually be as cool as a Buffalo nickel because it will be out of date, old school. You still have those? I think it's going to get to that point. Same with copper cents. The Indian head penny is extremely desired. And the wheat penny, we get excited when we find them. I think that normal Lincoln Memorial 82 and prior copper cent is soon going to be the same way. It's going to be something you never see anymore. But if you're looking for something to put your money in, cents and nickels are a win-win bet. No matter what, they're always going to be worth 1 or 5. But if metal prices really take off and copper goes through the roof, and if they pull that out of the coinage, I think cents and nickels have a chance to double. Who knows, right? Because once they change the composition, I believe you will be able to melt those copper cents. And if you really want to, you could melt those Jefferson nickels. It's not recommended. Why would you? It's a beautiful shape. It's a beautiful design. Keep it the way it is. I wouldn't even want to melt the copper cents, but some people will because copper prices could go up that much. So let's rewind the clock. And I've talked to my parents about this who have no interest in coins, no interest in silver. I showed them 1964 and before quarters. And I said, you were around, you were 11 years old in 1964. Why weren't you out at every bank scooping up these quarters? Because now they're worth $5, they're worth $6 each. Why weren't you out there just hoarding all these quarters? And they look at you like you're crazy, You could have, in 1964, gone to the bank and bought a box of quarters, and now that box of quarters is worth so much more money. There was no way to predict what would happen to the cost and the value of silver. And I remember even hearing Lyndon Johnson saying, for all you silver hoarders, it's not going to happen. We have enough silver to maintain the value that the older 1964 and before silver coinage will not go much more than the face value of the coin. So don't hoard it. They were telling people don't hoard it because obviously why would they let people in on the secret? Right now, we might be at that same spot where they're going to change the coinage. They're going to change the nickel, but they don't want to tell us, right? Why would they? Because then every nickel is going to be hoarded and it won't be available for use. So, are we at that same point? Is this the 1964 of our generation? Choice is yours. I'd say go grab some nickels, go hunt some copper, and let's keep growing. Let's keep building our stacks and maintaining our value, right? We're maintaining our U.S. history, we're maintaining our purchasing power, and we're building an awesome collection. So go get them. Nickels and cents, get them, hoard them, and if you need to, give them to your kids, right? Because no matter what, they're either going to learn the real value of money or they're going to get big muscles by carrying around boxes of copper. So it's a win-win. You want strong kids? Give them copper. You want smart kids? Give them copper. Because that's the whole point. I want to pass everything I own on to these 3 kids. Looking back, was it smart for me to start a coin collection for each of my kids? Yeah. But would it have been smarter for me to start a cryptocurrency coin collection for my kids? Yeah, probably. I could have put $5 a month, for each kid into Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, Ripple, all this stuff. I could have done that and watched that build and accumulate and grow. And then when they were 15 years old, they would have had cryptocurrency that they could spend. And maybe that would have been preferred because now they don't have to lug around pennies, cents, copper, silver, all this stuff that's so ancient and old school. Dad, I don't want this. I'd rather have a crypto wallet. That was a choice I made. I hope that it was the right choice. I think it will instill a little bit of appreciation and history into their background, right? I want them to have a strong foundation, and maybe on their own they can go invest in crypto. So that was my choice back then. If I could rewind, obviously I would have bought Bitcoin, but I didn't, right? I did what I thought was right. And that's all any of us can do, right? Every minute, every day, every choice we make is the best thing that we think at that minute. So we make the choice and we move on. There's no way you can rewind and go back. So I did it. I'm happy. I hope it was the right choice. We'll find out, right? So 5-10 years from now, when you see my kids speaking on YouTube and talking about coins, I hope they say, you know, my dad started me in 2015, an amazing collection. I'm so thankful, right? That's all I really want. Kind of like Pistol Packin' Pilot did a video talking about giving his son some silver. That's what this is all about. It's a unique way for us to put our money towards something that we can actually give to our kids. And then hopefully when they receive it, they say, wow, thank you. That was a great choice. Thank you. Amazing. Rather than just hitting a button and sending them $500, give them something that might be worth $700, right? That's the point. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Think about what you've done for your kids and maybe what you can do for your kids or grandkids, right? That's what it's all about. All right. I'm excited to be here. I love the community. Let's keep growing, and I'll see you guys next time. But at that time, it wasn't known, right? It wasn't able, Bitcoin or whatever cryptocurrency is out there that's hot, right? That word of that come, say at $20, because then they're rare. They're something that is you can melt. All right, so now you've seen the hoard. You've seen the collection of my kids. What would you think if they showed up at your house?